not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's running it. Have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming, should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go now. Green, 30.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Harris, throwing to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Detroit!
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Inked for how hard you throw the football.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this one is incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Harris back to the air on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
To throw on 2nd down. Harris. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Harris. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Harris throwing to start the drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Williams. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
To throw is Harris. On 3rd down, he's going to float this one deep, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
Looking to throw. Harris. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They run a draw here on second down. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Green, 39! Green!
Looking to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now let's go!
They'll set up a throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Set! Blue, landing!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So it's his 3rd field goal now with a ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take.
And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic, but downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On play action, they'll throw. It fights him off. Looking long for Westbrook. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because the ball carrier was abandoned.
Back to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, after fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Harris throwing on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 1st down.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Following the penalty, it's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Harris now looking to throw on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
The Cowboys on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Harris operating from the gun.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our
Pass
referee.
interference. Defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
319. 319.
Back to throw. Harris. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys are in for 6. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. Harris. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. Go ground game here with a tailback. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
Here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Watch him now, Barney.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And the Seahawks on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Set. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
Detroit!
Now Harris on 1st and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Back to throw. Harris. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Leopard! Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Harris. From the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken in at the 22.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking long for Westbrook. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Gone. Now let's go. 3-19.
Here's Harris, operating from the gun. And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now let's go. 3.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now a handoff looking right. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target.
Break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Harris. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Room here to run. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Harris now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Harris throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Gone. Detroit.
Now Harris to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Harris. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
To throw is Harris. Throwing on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look. We'll step aside. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. Let's get it. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Hurry up, here we go. 319! 319!
Back to throw again. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the contact
Automatic
came before
first
the
down.
ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver.
All right, now,
Penalty
look at
flag had to
56.
come.
Gun, gun!
Here's Harris on 1st and 10. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Harris. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will find his man on the in route, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw here, and that's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom,
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
The way with the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Harris now looking to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Harris to throw on 3rd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 more there and another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there,
Still
but this time
down.
it goes against the offense for holding. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They run it again with Williams. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now Harris to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Harris. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morgan. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit!
He's back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's ball. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Harris on 1st down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Down to 7 seconds now. 6,